These are my top 3 requirements if you wanted to date me. Number 1, you must be okay with me making more money than you, because it's probably going to happen. Number 2, you can't ever want children because I am never going to have any, so it will not work. 3, you have to be okay with me being with you 24/7 because I have severe codependency issues.
What an incredible deal, brothers. Honestly, women are completely delusional. She lost me when she brought up money. Brothers, she should just get a cat. Just like the women you'll see in this video should, based on their dating standards. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comment. Let's get into the intro.
The reason why I think it's so important for a man to bring value to a woman's life is because the world is designed for women to be single. There's more for us to get out of life if we're single. Things start becoming free. We start getting invited to like a million different things. People want to take care of you as a woman. They want to invite you to parties. They want to invite you to events. And so when a woman locks herself down with a man, she is closing off a lot of opportunities to be with him. And if he's not providing a value to her, or at least matching like what she would have been losing out on, then being with him is a loss. Like, she's taking a loss to be with him. You guys know I was in a relationship like pretty much all of last year. And obviously when you're in a relationship, you're loyal, you're not meeting new people, you're not like taking the opportunities that are being presented to you, like free things that are being presented to you. But now I'm single, and like obviously the same opportunities and better are being presented to me. Now I'm actually taking them. And I'm just reflecting on the last year and thinking about how much I missed out on while being with this person. Not that I regret it, and not that I would do anything differently. Like, I love this person very dearly. So like, obviously like that was the choice I wanted to make, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. But for someone new to come into my life, they have to somewhat match that level of like the life that I'm living right now while I'm single, and all the things that I'm getting, all the dinners that are getting paid for, that sort of stuff. So if he can't even match that, like, why would I give up what I have now, like all these opportunities, for somebody that's like not even measuring up? Sorry if that's harsh.
Gotcha, bitch.
I want you to look at 2 things she said. The first one suggests that he left her, which is exactly what I would have done myself, because this woman is not wife material. But the second point is the key. She says that when she's in a relationship, she's loyal. What does that tell you? It tells you that when she's not in a relationship, she's out there taking advantage of her opportunities, going from bed to bed. Because in reality, those opportunities are nothing more than invitations from men who want to sleep with her. If they were other kinds of opportunities, like career-related ones, she could still accept them even if she had a partner. It's not that everything is free or that the world belongs to single women. It's that if you're physically attractive, there will always be plenty of men who want to take you to bed. That's why they invite you to places your own wallet wouldn't pay for. But let me tell you something. The older you get, the fewer of those so-called opportunities you'll have. And eventually, you'll regret not using those years to build something meaningful and valuable with a partner.
I think I can't date men who don't have passports. They have to already have a passport with some stamps in it, unless it's brand new, because they had to get a renewal because they had too many stamps.
If you're a person who dates men, there's only one question you need to ask them. I occasionally date men, not very often, like really, really not very often. Not usually my preference, but I do find myself from time to time interested in a man. And this is all you have to ask. You go up to them, or you message them or whatever, and you say, "Are you gay?" Because then their answer will tell them everything you need to know. Like, if they say like, "Ew, no," or like no, why would you ask that? Then you don't want to date them because they're weird. Like, it's an honor to be gay. And also I'm like, I'm gay. So like, why is that offensive? Best case scenario, they're bisexual. And then you're like, slay. Worst case scenario, well actually no. Like, whatever case scenario, neutral case scenario is that they are gay and then they're not available. But it tells you everything you need to know.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
To the first woman, I'd say the passport idea is a terrible one, because the moment a man gets it, he'll realize there are plenty of women around the world who are more worth his time. As for the second woman, I honestly don't know what some people are smoking in the morning, but whatever she had must have been strong, because only someone foolish would come up with something that ridiculous. But the modern woman's IQ isn't very high these days, so we shouldn't expect much.
Basic expectations you should have of your boyfriend. He should pay for everything. And if you're young and he's not at that place, he should be working as hard as he can to be able to one day pay for everything. That's how it works. Literally how it works. He should tell you immediately when he wants to date you. Your husband wouldn't want you to feel an ounce of anxiety, nonetheless, over him. He should understand that you're always right. You're a woman. He should be so excited to text you that if he doesn't text you for like an hour, you think he's dead. He should always show up looking his best and looking well dressed. You earned your place. Now you have to keep it. He should do everything for you. You think holding a bag in front of a man is humiliating to him. He should feel viscerally embarrassed if you pick something up. This is like, it just might just be me, but I love when men do it, and I love when they have like basic hygiene skills. That's grinds my gears.
This TikTok is for my male audience. This is for the men of TikTok. I have something for you. I am constantly asked about dating advice, like, what do I do to get a girl? What should I do on the first date? So I have some of the best dating advice. It's guaranteed 10 out of 10. Everyone that I've given this advice to, they use it, they love it, they're in happy, committed relationships. Once you've tried this, leave a comment below and let me know how it works. So my number one piece of dating advice for women, how to get a woman, how to keep a woman, whatever. If you own and wear an Apple Watch, take it off. Okay, just take it off. And after you've completed step 1, then go throw it away. Throw it away and forget about it. There's nothing more unattractive than a man that wears an Apple Watch. If I'm on a date and a man is wearing an Apple Watch, there will definitely never be a second date. Take this advice as you will.
These are 2 women the world probably hands things to for free as well. They're getting more foolish by the day, or maybe they're just living in some parallel reality. These women only want men with money who will spoil them in every way, and in return they offer just one thing. You know what that is. You never hear them say, I want a man from a good family, with manners, with Christian values or strong traditional principles. Nothing about his character or his values. All they talk about is money. Because of things like this, you see more and more men focusing solely on making money. And once they have it, they end up humiliating these women. And they don't even care, as long as the money keeps being spent on them. Brothers, just let them turn 30. The wall is waiting, and the wall doesn't forgive.
Why my standards in men are so high. When I'm dating, when I'm talking to a man, in my male friends, all of it is so high because I was raised by a man that quite literally would drive 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours at midnight with a busy day tomorrow to pick me up if I needed it. Every time I come home and my gas is low, not full to the brim, my dad's filling it up. A man in my life forever doing all of these things. He called me the prettiest girl in the world. I grew up thinking I was the prettiest girl in the world, along with my sister and my mom and my female dog. But I grew up with that standard. I grew up with, if I came home with bags, before I could even look to pick it up and bring it upstairs to my room, it would already be in my room because he would do that for me. There is this expectation a lot of us have lost, and that our boundaries aren't there for men to not open the doors, for men to not need to take your stuff, care even roll your bag when you're in the airport. There is so pay for your dinner. Now they want to split it. I understand that women need to come in with doing things on their end as well, because you're only going to get what you're giving in some way, shape, or form. But if I'm giving you respect, children, love, care, emotional support, physical support, then I should be treated chivalrous. The men in my life that are just friends, quite literally, would do anything. Crying or having a tough day, they will ask. They will pay for a meal. They will not let me carry my bag upstairs. They will still do it, not thinking that they're getting anything sexually from me. That's the type of men I surround myself with.
Stop it. Get some help.
The men in her life who are just friends, in other words, the guys she keeps in the friend zone, are crazy about getting her into bed. They buy her things and do everything for her just to stay close, waiting for an opportunity, yet she calls them friends. Brothers, Don't be any woman's simp. These are the kinds of women who mess with other women's minds, making them believe they can demand the same things or live that same lifestyle. This woman is attractive. The world of women who are a 7 and above is very different from that of the average woman. She will always have men willing to cater to her whims just to sleep with her. But in the end, once they do, they leave. Why do you think she's single when she claims there are so many wonderful men around her? Because no wallet can keep up with this woman's appetite. And the average woman who follows this advice will end up high and dry, because someone who isn't as attractive can't demand that much.
Women.
In honor of Valentine's Day, I'm going to talk about the 3 things I require financially from the men that I date. I'm 26, I live in New York, and disclaimer is that I am very single, so you can take this with a huge grain of salt. Number 1, he does not gamble in any way, shape, or form. And by gambling, I mean engaging in like low effort asymmetric risk. Think from worst to least, this is sports betting and then prediction markets and then options trading. But in general, if I just see like a consistent habit of getting super excited by the idea of getting rich quick, that is a red flag. And even with something like trading stocks or like swing trading, I need to see that he has a long history of being in the green and a strong thesis, or else I'm going to assume that he has a gambling addiction. Number 2, he makes at least 6 figures or is clearly on a path where it is about to happen. And that is for 2 reasons. 1, I think when you get into your like mid to late 20s, you need to start seeing results from all of the goals you set for yourself in your early 20s, whether that's like starting a business or like going to grad school for a certain career. And 2, I think that level of income is honestly my minimum for being able to enjoy my life without stressing about money. And that brings me to my last requirement, which is that he has a strong thesis on money with both how he handles it in his personal life and also how it fits into society. For example, I think I've basically reached like coast fire. I also believe in like working hard and taking risks while you're young, which actually guides a lot of my investment philosophy. But he doesn't need to agree with that. I think he just needs to have like a very intentional approach to spending and saving and risk tolerance, and is able to explain it in the context of like what's happening in the broader economy. But yeah, I love talking with my girlfriends about this stuff because I think we have such different priorities on like how money fits into dating, but that is for another video.
Oh, hell no!
I don't know why this needs to be said, but it does. A lot of the times, the women that men really want, they're not with, okay? A lot of men are simply just with the women that they can get, okay? The women that will allow whatever that they have going on. I'm not saying it's always bad, right? Not everything that a man has going on is bad. But whoever needs to hear this, just know, a lot of times men are not actually with the women that they want, okay? Because to be with the woman that they want, it requires them to be a man that they don't know how to be, okay? That they have not figured out the code yet. So they have to stay with the women on their level. It's not a diss, it's just truth. Okay, bye.
Here we have 2 delusional women who think they're a perfect 10. Women like this are looking for the apocalyptic 666, a man who's 6 feet tall, makes 6 figures, and has a 6-pack, the so-called 666 of the beast. But first of all, their looks don't measure up. Second, the reality is that there aren't that many wealthy men for so many broke women. Keep waiting at the finish line for a winner, while the smart woman, in her youth, bets on a man's potential so she can enjoy the rewards once he's established. Brothers, the wall keeps collecting its victims.
How to keep your relationship fun as well as the dating process, okay? You need to ask for offerings. You need to have fun. All right, so we're gonna role play here. And you're not role playing, you're consistently showing up this way, all right? You're a goddess, you're a queen, all right? You're a monarch. You're sitting on your big, big throne, big girl throne. And then it's your court, okay? And then these men are coming up to you, including your husband, including your boyfriend. Your boyfriend is a scam, but whatever. Title's a scam. And they're saying, I want to take you out. I want your attention. I want whatever it is that they want. All right, what do you have to offer? Show me your offerings. Men should always come to you with offerings. You're a goddess. You are the temple. You are the experience. You are the altar, and you are the goddess. If they say, I am the gift, I am the prize, you got yourself a little gay princess, and you need to tell your gay princess that there are plenty of other men that will treat him like the queen and the princess that he is. Moving on, you're always saying, what do you have to offer? Okay, I want to go on a trip with you. You want to go on a trip with me. That's not a good offer. Okay? I want to do this for you. Okay, you want to do it. Let me see what it is. It's not just gifts, it's also acts of service. How are they showing up in your life and how are they relieving you from stress, from responsibilities? Okay, they are in servitude to you out of respect, not because they're less than you, because they respect you and they're showing up to you and with you, and they're saying, I want to give to you because I know that when I give, I receive from you. Okay, it's a dance. And then you have fun. All right, let me see. Let me see. I don't know. Like flowers on a date, always supplementary gifts along with experiences. If they're not offering you a gift on top of the experience, flowers are not an isolated event. And you just have fun. I don't know if that's good enough. That's really small. They love it. They also have fun, okay? I'll be posting more, so like, comment, and share, and follow, because I love to have fun. I also coach if you're interested. Link in bio.
Fuck up, you crazy bitch whore!
Brothers, what church did this servant of God come from? The one going around collecting offerings. This is pure delusion. The worst part is that women actually buy into this message. She's 35 years old and doesn't have a husband because no man is going to do the foolish thing she claims to want. You'd have to be a serious simp to pay a woman before even going out with her. The only women who get paid before you meet them, you already know what they do for a living. This goes back to what I said earlier. Women let themselves be influenced by women like this, women with no husband, selling empty promises, single and childless, and they'll end up the same way. Because if that formula isn't working for you, why would it work for me? Or am I wrong?
Women.
It's the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Why do women in their 30s give such bad advice? What would you say to a woman who approaches you and asks if you're gay? If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.